Knock it off, you bitches. Ah! Unless he's right on top of you. And if he's right on top of you, he can see you, so... There's no winning. That doesn't quite make sense to me still. And then that's instant death still when you walk in. So, what am I doing here? Wow, that just got darker the further you got in with those. Hello everybody, welcome back to Silent Plays Blank Dream. We're gonna get to an end of this shit. Warning to all of you right now, there's going to be multiple endings to this game. I don't realize it now, and there's a reason why the video is as long as it is. It's because there's a lot of fucking extra content that I have been missing up to this point in time. That was basically the disclaimer right there. I'm just going to let it unfold until now, but every single end will be shown in the following, and, yeah. Huh? Hey. Hayato. Why are you here? Because this soul is necessary for granting your wish. Hello, me. So you successfully broke all the mirrors. Your wish will soon come true, and this world's purpose will be concluded. What do you mean? This mirror world revolves around you, Mishiro. You hold dominion over it. Once a deceased girl wished at Mirror Lake, I wish my life had never even existed. It was a very strong wish, and to fulfill it, this mirror world was created. It was made solely to realize her wish. The other souls were just extras drawn into it. She should have granted her wish in this world she made, but she wasn't able to fulfill it, because she broke before she could. Just as she created this world, she lost everything, including her memories and her wish. So not knowing her purpose or who she wandered this world and fell apart. That's in the past now, a concluded tale. Unable to achieve its goal, this world went on existing, sucking in souls who died near the lake with strong wishes. Several years later, a girl threw herself into the lake. Amazingly, she had the same wish as the world's creator, so that this world would complete, or could complete, its duty. It chose a new soul to control it, and so since you carried the same wish, you became the new ruler, usurping the originator. The wish the world sought to grant stayed the same, only the person in the center of it was replaced. I was made the ruler of this world. The extra riffraff who feel jealousy towards you still see the broken originator as the rightful ruler. And maybe broken though she may be, she's personally gotten in your way at times. Even so, you successfully broke all the mirrors without even wasting weeks or months being lost. You shattered and erased all remnants of you in the form of mirrors containing your past. Having recorded all your actions, I can attest to that. But it's not over just yet. This boy's soul is absolutely necessary for total erasure of your life, because he's simply too significant to you. Without eradicating his soul, your life can't be nullified. So it was none other than you who unconsciously bound his soul to this world, such that you could kill him by your own hand. You aren't telling me I have to kill Ayato. That's exactly what she just said, bitch. Did she stutter? What's the problem? You may feel guilty for a second, but right after that, you'll have never existed. Mishiro, you're still suffering, huh? If you kill me, you'll be free from your pain. Right after my death, your conflict will end. It's your world. You can make the choice. There's no... What? There's not even an option here. There's no choice to make. I threw myself in to put an end to it all. And yet I wound up in this world learning all these unnecessary things led astray. I'm just tired. Enough of this. I've worked hard enough, so just grant my wishes already. That's it. That's it. Let's try that again and do the other option then. God damn it. It's all the same shit. Still ending 4. So there's obviously something that I need to get done here that I didn't do. I wasn't expecting to do extra bullshit. Alright everybody, so turns out there are 3 mirrors of each of these people in the hub world, and I completely forgot about that. I completely fucking forgot about that. First things first, there's a silver door in here though that we do need to go. And second thing is, now since you can adjust the lantern, there are going to be things that appear in certain spots that were not a thing before. That's weird. What the fuck even? I don't even... What? Let's weaken it. Top left on the right. Bottom left on the left. Well, that was easy. Yeah, that was what I was talking about right there, is that kind of shit. I don't know how the fuck you would have figured that one out without a walkthrough, though. I mean, they supply a walkthrough, so whatever, but... So that's Yuzu. Pretty sure that I knew that already, though, because I was looking it up to find all of Yuzu's mirrors first, so... Let's go ahead and grab the guy. Alright. I'm getting used to this now. This mirror's got my past, my memories. You know, I'm thinking surely they show memories with something to do with my wish. Looking in the mirrors might tell me my wish. I'm excited, but a little scared at the same time. "7 years ago, at Mirror Lake." Pretty sunset, huh, Tsuro? Sunset is a witching hour. This moment's beauty comes from it being when the sun dies. Even though we see the sun for 12 hours a day, we always forget its beauty. I guess. But I like the sun in the day, too. You're positive about everything, Yuzu. It's been a year getting to know Tsuro. I still haven't been able to tell her how I feel, but we're together as best friends a bunch. Of course, I still like her romantically, but just spending time together, period, is nice. Twilight is a vacuous thing. It's neither day nor night, and people spend it preparing for the coming night. Twilight isn't watched or enjoyed, it's just empty and hollow, much like my name. Is the sunset making you sentimental? I think Utsuro is a great name. A great name? I hate it. To be called hollow. It feels more like a denial of my existence. But I like how it feels all translucent. It matches your mysterious air, too. Is that right? You know, Yuzu, I'm a person who shouldn't exist in this world. Huh? What's this now? Just the fact I'm alive is a mistake. My existence is a cluster of sin. You mean like original sin? Did you ever tell me you were Christian, Itsuro? I don't mean anything like that. In a more concrete way, I shouldn't exist. I don't get what you're saying, Itsuro. I mean, shouldn't exist really extreme? We get along so well. If you didn't exist, what would I do? If, hypothetically, I were to die soon, then you should forget about me. I could only blankly listen to Itsuro. Those words felt so disconnected from reality. It was as if Itsuro saw something different, and I couldn't perceive things the same way. Yeah, I remember. Even as I got closer to her, Itsuro was a strange girl, though that was charming in a way. Most of my memories of Itsuro are back now, and now I know these are important memories to me. I still can't remember up to my death, but it seems I've remembered some things precious to Yuzu Hanasaki. And it's thanks to you, Mishiro. Really, thanks a lot. Oh, I know. Take this. Mystery key. Picked that up earlier, but I don't know how to use it. I'm sure it'll be useful to use somewhere, maybe. What? Now there's a key? Oh, lordy Lou. Right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Looking closely, there's a ladder in the fireplace. Now that I have everything, like... Alright. The mystery key. I don't know what the bears are about, still. So, Yuzu's reflection. The atmosphere in the area. Wouldn't have found this place myself even after literally years. Let's cut the chatter, and I'm just too worked up. Let's go for it. If, hypothetically, I were to die soon, then you should forget about me. A few days ago, the body of Itsuro Hinohara was found in Mirror Lake. Why? Why did Itsuro? No, it hasn't been enough. We didn't spend enough time together. Has Hanasaki seemed gloomier lately? I mean, she got along with Hinohara, so I can understand being depressed, but it's not that kind of gloominess. It's like... The local library isn't enough. They don't have books on this stuff. I need... Seances, necromancy. It all lacks credibility. I won't want this fake occult nonsense. Yuzu, have you been going to class? If I open the gate this way... Today marks a year to the day. Wait for me, Itsuro. I've been studying up this past year. And now I'm going to meet you. I remember it all, how I died, my wish, and everything else. Of course, there's no such thing as black magic. I must have been on the brink, huh? Oh, I'm kind of exhausted. Getting all those memories dumped on me. Since I've sorted things out some more, I'll tell you my history and wish. Oh, are you gonna go up ahead? Take me with you if you do. I feel like there's something very important to this world up ahead. So let's save here and view a different ending. Someone's there. You're... Once there was a painter. He was known as a mad genius, Rinzo Usui. That's her granddad. You know my grandpa. Wait, Mishiro, it looks like... Maybe she isn't aware of us. Rinzo had a wife, but he also had a relationship with a servant. With his wife, he had a child, Shinji. With the servant, he had a child, Tamaki. Rinzo's 2 children, born of different mothers. Huh? Tamaki was the illegitimate child of an affair, but because Shinji showed no interest in art, Rinzo's affection was often directed at Tamaki, who did have an interest in the arts. Tamaki learned art from Rinzo and, given deep love, grew in the shadow of the Asui family. But these irregular days couldn't last. When Tamaki turned 12, Rinzo's wife learned of her existence. Rinzo divorced his wife, but gave Tamaki and her mother the same love as ever. Thus far, no tragedy had occurred. But when Tamaki turned 18, Rinzo made an unforgivable mistake. He had a liaison with Tamaki, his own daughter, and impregnated her. Whoa, okay. Tamaki was deeply wounded and feared Rinzo, and with her mother, she fled from him. But the child she bore had done no wrong, so she decided to birth the child of her father. So Tamaki had a daughter. A daughter between parent and child. Tamaki thought she couldn't live a normal, happy life, but luckily 2 years later, she had a proper marriage. Safely having a son with her husband, Tamaki began to get back on her feet. However, she never fully did. The mental wounds Tamaki had suffered went even deeper than she imagined. When her now-grown daughter with Rinzo began doing art school, Tamaki's old wounds ached. It gave her flashbacks of Rinzo, of that fear she had of him. Tamaki struggled to give her daughter affection. It took all she had not to take out negative emotions on her. Tamaki's mind quickly crumbled under the weight. One day, Tamaki killed her daughter. Tamaki fell to pieces. She came to feel animosity not only towards Rinzo, but all the Asuis. Unable to see any hope ahead, she fell upon the despair behind. Rinzo died of natural causes a few years later, and while she had the right to his inheritance, she refused to take it. She wouldn't even let it go to the eldest son, Shinji. Then at last, Tamaki, who had kept living despite having broken long ago, met her end. When she learned the son she had with her husband was becoming friends with Shinji's daughter. You mean... Wait! That's Ayato that they're talking about, but what? Hold on. Tamaki tried to take out Shinji's daughter, the Usui who dared come near her pure son, but when she drove madly down the road to kill her, she ran over her own son by mistake. Tamaki realized that this was the end, so she took her own life to escape the despair. No way, that's so messed up. That woman's soul is now bound here, unlike the other souls. The world is forcing her to be here. Tamaki's soul is now bound in death, so that she can escape but must face the facts. This is surely my punishment. I've gone on for a while. I can't see or hear you, but I know you're there. I don't know who you are, but go now. Let's go, Mashiro. We shouldn't stay here any longer. Should we return to the usual place? With Tamaki's story, I've realized something. Well, that's not an ending, but hold on, let me read that. Entering the door beyond will lead to ending 2. If you want ending 1, gotta get all of Royataro's mirrors. Alright, we're gonna 100% this, bitches. First, Mashiro, I think you can open this big door here. You opened a similar door earlier, right? Who the fuck is this third person right here? If you try to. So before that, listen to what I have to say. Okay, so that was way out of sync right there. Who is this? Get out. Stop. Don't meddle anymore. Give back my world. Watch out! Yuzu, why? Yuzu. This works just fine. You listen to this, too. I'm Yuzu Hanasaki, a middle schooler who committed suicide at 15 at Mirror Lake. The reason I killed myself was, to put it bluntly, to meet a girl I loved. Someone had killed her at Mirror Lake. It made me extremely sad. So I read all these books on black magic and killed myself to go to the afterlife. To die at the same place exactly a year later, it said that would work. Is that wound okay? Don't worry about me. It doesn't really matter now. I think it's a different afterlife than what the book meant, but ultimately I came to this world. But it seems there was something to be gained here. That girl, she always said she was someone who shouldn't have existed. I always found it weird and wondered why it was. But I found out now. She was born between a girl and her own father, between Tamaki Hinohara and Rinzu Usui. Her very birth was taboo. Isn't that right, Itsuro? Ugh. Yuzu. Leave this world. Can she not talk like she wants to? She doesn't need to, I know. Because I've always known Itsuro. Thank you, Mishiro. Because of you, I could get back my memories and my wish. And I learned about Utsuro's birth and death. My wish was to meet Utsuro the last time. Or one more time. It's finally come true. Your body. Yuzu. I've done what I needed to do in this world, so I'm satisfied. It feels like it's taken so long, but Utsuro was here before I was. I don't know what kind of wish you had, Utsuro, but considering your birth and death, I'm sure it's not something simple. I hope it comes true. And I'm glad that even if you're like that now, you can still recognize me. Sorry for digging into your past. She's been here for much longer than us and finally got her wish granted. Must be satisfied, I guess. Her wish. And my wish. Wait! Utsuro was it? Is she a soul like us, I wonder? Somehow I get the feeling she has a close connection to this world. Maybe the answer is behind this door. We're gonna save on a different slot, see this ending, and then we're gonna go ahead and do his 3 mirrors. See that ending, and then do all of them together. And then see the best ending. This is gonna be a long episode. Huh? Hey. Hayato, why are you here? Well, I know this. I'm gonna just watch over this to see if there's anything I need to read that wasn't read. Utsuro Hinohara. Some change, but still a long way off from regaining her memories. Utsuro Hinohara. Sister. No fucking way. Damn, it's all connected. Several years later, a girl threw herself into the lake. Amazingly, she had the same wish as the world's creator. To complete its duty, she was a new soul. God damn. I've overcome a lot of obstacles coming here. I've looked back on my past and erased it, but is it really right to just make it so that I never existed? Thinking back, it was a boring life. I wouldn't say it was entirely devoid of enjoyment, but if you ask me whether or not I'd live the same life again, I'd absolutely refuse without a doubt. In fact, I've come to hate it all. I wish my life had never even existed. But seeing Yuzu and Itsuro, I had a thought. If Itsuro's life had never even existed, what would become of Yuzu's feelings? Desperately turning to black magic, killing herself, and wandering this world for years. All to finally realize her wish to meet her again. What would become of that? I have the same wish as Itsuro, and I won't grant my wish. I won't do it. I can't do it anymore. For every mirror I broke, I'll vanish from the lives of the people I knew. And I'll also vanish from Ayato's world. But then what did Ayato die for? What did Tamaki step on the accelerator for? If it were just me, then fine, but to control the feelings of the people around me, I have no rights. That's not my wish anymore. Are you really sure about that? Whatever you think, whatever you know, it won't actually change anything. Are you still giving up your wish? I am. I see. I, the mirror world, accept abandoning the wish. Its reason for being ends here. This world can vanish when the ruler's wish is granted, or they abandon it with clear intent. It won't be left up in the air like it had been. So will everyone here vanish? Except for you, Mishiro. To get straight to the point, you're not dead yet. Your soul has left your body, of course, but your body isn't actually dead. You drowned yourself, but as it happens, a passerby found you. They called it in right away, and though unconscious, you were saved. It was a failed attempt. Mishiro, when your soul leaves here, it'll be forced back into your body, but what you've done in this world won't be written off. Those memories you erased by breaking the mirrors won't come back to you when you return to life. You didn't actually carry out your wish, so the actual past isn't gone, but your memories of it are. Maybe you'll remember talking with me a bit, but things like meeting me at the lake. Are you still prepared to leave this place? Can you live in a world you've given up on living in once before? I'll live. Because I'm not dead yet. I don't want to just throw away the life you protected, Ayato. And by discarding the wish I inherited from Utsuro, I think it'll honor Yuzu's feelings. I see. That's a relief, then. I absolutely can understand my sister's wish, but you've made the choice for her. It might sound short of trite, but I want you to live my sister's share. I want you to prove that giving up that wish was the right thing to do. I'll try my best. Don't worry about me. I want my life to have never existed. Whatever the reason, it's not a happy wish. And you realized it. That's a big deal, I mean it. I got back on your feet, or you got back on your feet instead of falling into darkness. Somehow it makes me happier than anything. Well, I'm gonna retire ahead of you. Gonna see what things are like in heaven. I'm sure you'll go there, right, Ataro? Sheesh, 7 years and it ends like this, as long as the ruler's satisfied, I suppose. Will Utsuro go to heaven, too? Not sure about heaven or hell, but she'll be free from this world to go where she goes. It's good. I say ruler, but you're more of an usurper, technically. I'm a little scared about how much I'll forget, but I won't lose my time in this world. And I won't ever wish to erase the events to come. It's time to go. After that, I regained consciousness in a hospital bed. Apparently, I had been saved, and my soul returned safely from the mirror world. There was a woman I didn't know beside me. Mishiro, you're awake. Who are you? My brain had suffered memory loss, and I could no longer remember many past events. I couldn't remember my mother, after all. My supposed mother, after all. All I had left was a faint unease towards my mother, as well as the desperate expression made by the woman I woke up beside when she heard that. I remembered Ayato was someone important to me, but I had no concrete memories of him. But I distinctly remember talking in the mirror world, and I felt considerable warmth from that alone. I clearly remembered Yuzu and Ryotaro, too. I probably only met them in the mirror world. Mishiro Usui, is it? Hello, I'm Saiichi Hinohara. A few days after I left the hospital, a man came to visit. His last name sounded familiar. Hinohara is Yuzu, so yeah. Could you be Ayato's? No, Ayato's last name, yeah. Yes, thank you for getting along with Ayato. It was his father. One who married Tamaki, and he was the father of Utsuro, the father who Utsuro grew up with. Don't worry too much about your mother. When the woman calling herself my mother learned I had no memory of her, she vanished. I lacked any real sense of her being my mother, so it meant relatively little to me. It'd be a long story, but I had a wife and 2 children. But now none of them are left, they've all passed away. And you're all alone again, also. Do you know where you're going to live now? No, paying tuition seems impossible, so I think I'll have to drop out and work. I see. Mishiro, would you let me adopt you? Huh? We're both tired souls who've lost everything. You got along with Ayato, so we're not total strangers. And you remind me of my daughter a bit, but maybe that's just wishful thinking. Won't you give it some thought? And so I began a new life as Mishiro Hinohara. I'm taking new steps in the same house where Ayato and Utsuro once lived. It was a strange kind of chance, but Seiichi is a very gentle person. He's taking up art again, and has been teaching me between studies. Dreaming of seeing the world the way Ayato did, catching up to the days I've lost. Once more, I let my brush run free. Can I skip this? I want to save everything up until the end when I actually say things about this game, so I'm gonna keep my trap shut right now, but I also can't skip this right now, and I don't think I want to, because if something winds up popping up, I want to actually, like, have it there and shit, so. So everything's connected. I now need to figure out who fucking... I need to figure out who Royotaro is now, though. Oh my fucking god, I never thought about going back into that room. I know where we gotta go next, though. Mobius strip, someday history might repeat. Ending number 2. Alright, so now we gotta go all the way through and get all of Ryotaro's mirrors. And then we're gonna go to that ending, and then I'm gonna go ahead and see what the fucking actual ending is of this game. There's apparently one other mirror that I do need to grab that doesn't do anything on endings, though. But we're gonna wait on it. It's gonna be the last thing I do before we get all of the endings of the game. Sound like a great plan? I think it's a great plan. We'll go on file 5. Ugh. So your first mirror is in here. See, I never went down the fucking stairs after I came back up here. So now let's go all the way back topside and grab Ryotaro. Let's do this. Now this is something. No matter who stands in front, the mirror always reflects me. Not some kind of magic trick, is it? Whew, better embrace myself. Hello, sis. What are you calling about? That young girl in the New Year's card photo. Is that your daughter, sis? Can't you tell? Would I put a photo of a mother, a father, and a stranger for a card? Huh, I suppose. So what about her? Oh, she just looks like you when you were a kid, but at the same time, much too cute for that. Ryotaro, are you making fun of me? Trying to start something? I'm complimenting her. Something about her is just, oh so adorable. Maybe she gets it more from him than me. And I'd appreciate the compliments more if your taste didn't give me such a chill. Now, stop misunderstanding me, sis. I'll have you know it's nothing like that. You can't hide it. The whole Sengoku family trades rumors about how you've got a thing for kids. Seriously? Just try asking, Mom. It's really not that at all. I don't see them in any lewd way, truly. You're turning 30, thinking about marriage already. A bride should clear up any strange rumors. Talking my ear off as usual. Oh well. Regards to your daughter? Yeah, bye. It's really not anything lewd. I just see such beauty there. I see, I remember. Boy, I mean, mirror, why a memory like this, of all things? Suppose I don't need to ask if you saw that, too. You like little kids? No, I'm not after any sick desires, I just see them as a kind of beauty, to be held in high regard. I have no desire to trouble them in the least, understand that. So, aren't you going to break the mirror? Break it, why? I mean, perhaps it's a memory I'd have been better off not remembering. But it is, in fact, my memory, and I'm dead already. No sense throwing a fit. Well, anyway, I should thank you. With that, a piece of my memory has returned. Now, no more to do in this eerie place. Be sure to let me know if you find another mirror. Mirror 1 down. I didn't think that he was creepy at all, to be honest, so... That wasn't where my mind was going with things. So now we gotta go through here. And then the room with the bed. Yeah, right here. Right here. And then we go all the way up. Who the fuck would, like, know that, though? That's the thing. I tried that, but it was with the wrong room. Like, really? Oh, man. I don't know, guys. Let's go and grab the guy. Now, what'll it be this time? Can't imagine what'll come up, even though it's about me. I wonder if the return of a new memory were a totally invert my personality. I don't know what the fuck to say. Words, jeez. That may well be the same as death. No jokes about how I'm already dead, please. One year ago, a company. Oh, we should get going, Sengoku. Or should we get going? Yep. Are you worn out, sir? Yeah, trouble at home lately. At home? Yeah. Is sis up to something again? She has seemed upset lately. No, not that. Well, it's not the kind of thing that you tell people about, but you're not a stranger. See, my old man's inheritance is proving to be kind of a mess. And that's how they're related. The inheritance of a famed artist, eh? I bet it's a lot. Huh. But didn't your father pass away last year? I bet he is... His sister is, not Tamaki, but what's her face? I can't remember what her name. Pop it up on the screen, Barry. Huh, but didn't your father pass away last year? Why is it only a problem now? Actually, it's been a problem ever since then. I'm the eldest son, but the will, everything should go to someone else, except they're refusing it. I don't even know how to talk anymore. That said, they won't even give it to me, so it's up in the air. What was the old man thinking? That really does sound messy. With money, you should always follow the law. That's what I intend to do. Soon I'll get the lawful interpretation at a suitable place. With this taking up all my time, I didn't realize how I've hardly been talking with my daughter lately. This is a delicate time for her, too. This is no good. As her father, I should... Calm down, sir. Are you okay? Right. Sorry. I should at least do my job properly. I know, Sengoku. Will you come over to our house later? Huh? To your house, sir? I'm sure it'll take her mind off of it to talk with her daughter, and if you could, talk to my daughter like a good uncle. Your daughter, you say? There's been some trouble. She's been retreating to her shell lately. She doesn't have many friends at school. I feel like she needs some new relationships. Well, I wonder if a clumsy fellow like me could have a talk with her. Huh, it's fine. You're a good guy. I'm sure somebody like you is just the guy to help my glum daughter. It's pathetic as can be that we're too busy with money to tend to her, but this is important. We can't ignore it. Alright then. If my brother-in-law insists, how can I refuse? Sorry, hey wait, have you seen her before? The cute young lady in the New Year's cards, right? Ah, right. I wouldn't mind taking some time to brag about her, but it's time. There's work to be done, yes. Okay, now let's go. The West Building, right? Yep. Ah, I remember. I see. Mashiro, you're... Shinji Usui, no doubt. He was my boss and brother-in-law. Though at the moment, I can't recall if I ever did meet you in person while I was alive. They seem like trivial memories, but I feel like they relate to my death and wish. Many holes remain, but I remembered a fair bit. Couldn't have done it without your effort. I've got something here. Mystery key. Picked it up on a rare walk around this world. No point in me having it. I'm sure you'll make better use. Now, no more to do in this eerie place. Be sure to let me know if you find another mirror. Okay. So we got one more mirror of his, and then we're good for this end. So, third one is down the fireplace in the black paint room in the realm of beauty. Okay. That's easy enough. You gotta go down all the fucking fireplaces in this game when you get the lantern lit up. I forgot that was a mechanic. Let's do it. Apparently there's a ladder in every one of the fireplaces. God damn. Another teddy bear. I still don't know what's up with the fucking teddy bears. Like, I don't get it. Ugh. I wish that there was like an item to teleport back to the hub, though. That would have made this game a lot easier for backtracking. At least they allow you to sprint. Turns out he's just a big sweetheart, this guy. I didn't really have that much of an attachment to him before, but that's because nothing came up. Now, I actually do enjoy him. He is a pretty awesome dude, Ryotaro. From what I've seen so far, at least. I doubt he's an asshole. A bit different from the other mirrors. Strange place, too, reaching the critical moment, perhaps. You walked to this place by yourself? Boy, you're strong. I mean it deeply. But strength isn't the same as ever fatiguing. No, save it for later. First, a look into this mirror. Oh, she looks just like you when you were a kid, but at the same time, much too cute for that. Oh, it's fine. You're a good guy. I'm sure somebody like you... Yeah, that was already said. Now let's go. The west building, right? God, the smoke's already up to this floor. It's no good. The stairs are too hot to approach. Cruel fate. Will it end like this without anything resolved with my family? I'm sorry, Chica. Shiro. So I'll never get to meet Mishiro. I'm sure she'll grow to be far prettier than Sis. I really wanted to have that chance. It's really not anything lewd. I just see such beauty there. I've remembered it all. How I died, my wish, and all the rest. I see now. Admirable tenacity, if I do say so myself. I'm a bit tired. Feels like more information overload than the previous mirrors were. Once I've got it sorted out, I'll talk about things to do with you and what I know. I'm sure it's simply my duty. Oh, are you planning to go on ahead? If you are, I'll accompany you. A good uncle should protect girls, you know. So Shinji's not her father. I'm pretty sure Shinji is Ayato's father, who in turn is the other girl's father, the white-haired girl. I'm not doing well with names in this game. There's a big old family tree in this game, and they have a picture of it somewhere. Is that Grandpa? Are you Rinzo? Once there was a painter. He was known as a mad genius, Rinzo Usui. Rinzo's art was highly esteemed and sold for high prices. He had status and wealth. Grandpa, what are you talking about, and why are you here? Wait, look closely. I don't think he can hear us. Soon, Rinzo married a woman. They had a son named Shinji. Rinzo preached the beauty of art to his wife and child, but they showed no interest in it. Rinzo's wife did not see his art, only the prices attached. Shinji, too, was taught by her practically. So it was only natural that Rinzo formed a relationship with a servant showing true interest in art. When Shinji was 8, Rinzo and the servant had an illegitimate child. Her name was Tamaki. And Tamaki we had already seen, yeah. Rinzo kept Tamaki hidden from his wife, and Shinji managing 2 families. But between Shinji, who cared not at all for art, and Tamaki, who adored it like her mother, Rinzo's affection went towards Tamaki. That came to an end shortly after Shinji went to college, when Tamaki's existence came to light. Rinzo offered his wife consolation and asked and divorced her. Shinji, already grown, kept the name Usui, a wise choice. He knew how to make a living. Some time passed after that when Tamaki and Rinzo, or who Rinzo adored as a daughter and a student, turned 18. Rinzo made the biggest mistake of his life. He adored his daughter Tamaki, so he had a child with her. And Tamaki and her mother left Rinzo. They refused even money. Tamaki seemingly birthed and raised the child, but who knows the details? Rinzo was unable to hear of it. Near 20 years passed since that incident, and Rinzo died of illness. Nothing unusual. Age comes for all. Shinji was the eldest son of the Usui family, set to inherit his fortune, but thinking of it as his final atonement, Rinzo passed on, leaving a will to give it all to Tamaki. The inheritance. So the boss was disputing with Tamaki over it. That man's soul is now bound here. Unlike the other souls, the world is forcing him to be here. Only the creator of this world knows why, but it seems some dead fellow has business with me. But very well, to face my sin eternally as an appropriate afterlife for me. That's all. Sorry for the long story. Visitors are rare. I can't see or hear you, but I know you're there. Be well, dead one in soul. Let's go. There's nothing more here. Shall we return to the usual place, especially after Rinzo's story? I need to talk to you. Similar place beyond the mirror with Yuzu's memories. Check there first and we can talk later. I'm gonna go straight through to the end, though. Oh, god damn it, I'm not going to be able to see his end. Fuck! I gotta do all of that over again. I'm gonna need to go through all of this from here. Fucking fuck. Okay, thank God. So, I just had the longest rerun of the game right there ever. My last save was before I had cleaned any of the golden rooms out. So I had to go ahead, load that save up, do the gold rooms again, get all of Ryotaro's fucking mirrors again, and go through that to be able to get this ending. I hope you people love me afterwards to be able to see all of these fucking endings. God. First off, Mashiro, think you can possibly open this big door now? Had no problem opening the same kind of door earlier. Surely you can open this one if you want it. Before that, listen to what I have to say now that I've got my memories back. I'm Ryotaro Sengoku, younger brother of Chika Usui, Mashiro's mother, and subordinate to her dad, Shinji Usui. Okay. I knew about you a while back from New Year's cards Sis sent me. To be honest, I found you cute. Not exactly a romantic thing, of course. I was captivated by your Latin beauty, I suppose. But when I asked my boss about you, I learned you'd been glum and moping as of late. And I know why. You injured someone in middle school, and Sis kept you shackled ever since. That's right. My boss invited me over to your house, and I was honestly pumped to try and help you. It made me sad to imagine such a beautiful girl moping around. He says without a second of hesitation. No poking fun now, it's the end. Huh? But I died before it happened. We got caught in a fire in a building at work. A fire? Yes, I was with your father. After that, well, it even kinda surprised me. Partly by will, I became a soul and flew around to where you were, apparently. So, for the year or so, between my death and yours, my spirit was sort of haunting you. What? Oh, but I was hardly even conscious of everything. I just vaguely know that's what's happened. For you see, ever since I saw your photo, I considered you someone beautiful and worth protecting. So, even through death, I had the wish of getting to talk to you at least once. So that was your wish. So it was, thus, it's been granted. So that was her father. I thought it was the other girl's father. By following you, I wound up in this world, and in this world, my unrealized wish came true. So what's next, I wonder? Looks like it's this. Your body. Not sure if I'll ascend or go to void or what, but this is goodbye. I'm sure of the harsh circumstances you've had and the fact you're dead now. I don't feel like it's irrelevant to me. I can't say don't blame your parents. But I just want you to know I can't force you to understand or sympathize, but just know, your father worried over and regretted how he was spending less time with you. He wasn't just weighing you and the inheritance on a scale. Your mother was working with your father to obtain proof that the Usui fortune belonged to them. Maybe she failed to control her strength properly, maybe she wasn't calm, but she had no ill will, I'm sure. I'm sure after the boss and I died, she endured the sorrow of losing a husband and a brother and fought for her family. Your family and mother might have been clumsy, but they weren't cold-blooded. I just want you to know that. It's probably too late to say now, though. Alright, one last thing while I'm being late. There are people who value you. There are people who will be sad about your death. It may be a bit warped, admittedly, but I'm one of them. The world's not that much of a disappointment, you see. So I've done my best to encourage you. Ah, Ryotaro left. If you're telling me that, then where should my wish to erase my existence go? Well, let's do this, bitch. Huh? A. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and keep going until we see something that's new. That wasn't Mashiro, was it? Of course, it was someone long before you. Never mind, that's not you. Nothing new happened there, but something new did happen with Yuzu's. My pace. Is it really right to just make us that it never existed? Think back, it was a boring life. Same line, essentially. I can't. Can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Dad's secret distress, Mom's painful effort, and even Ryotaro's unusual concern for me. I can't just make it all be gone. That is not my wish anymore. Are you really sure about that? Whatever you think, whatever you know, it won't actually change the harsh reality. Are you sure? Sure? Ah, my God, why is talking so fucking hard? It's pretty much all the same shit. Think of it like saying hi. She's 7 years. Alright. Well, let's see how the ending is then. Let's see what's different about it. This didn't Oh, it's a different thing. I'm sorry, I'm skipping shit. My mother was shocked by my suicide attempt and apologized for her harsh discipline. My head felt very hazy. I only remembered that she was my mother, who became very strict at some point. It took a lot to recognize that as real. And as I thought about it, fear and unease toward my mother came up to the gaps in my memory. But it's okay. Ryotaro had told me about the pressure on the Utsuis and how death had taxed my mother's mind. Now that I was able to accept. It was easy to hold my mother's hand. My brain had suffered memory loss, and I could no longer remember many past events. I remembered Ayato as someone important to me, but no concrete memories. Back in the mirror world. Met them in the mirror world. In the inheritance, we lived a simple life together. Things are a little less strict at my high school, but I think I can handle it. A little strict. After all, this is the world I've come to after many shortcuts and detours. Okay, I better get to bed. I have school tomorrow, and tonight I have good dreams. So that wasn't as good as the Yuzu ending, but, hey, guess what? We get the best ending now! Let's see what the name of this ending is. Small Happiness. This, too, is a proper ending. Now let's get the absolutely best ending. But we have one more mirror that we do need to view before we go ahead and do that. I have no idea whose mirror it is. It doesn't say it in the fucking anything in the game, actually. And the World Center here is the one that we do need to do if we want to get the best ending. Because I talked to you, right? Yeah. Alright. Before I go ahead and touch that mirror, let me go ahead and, no, I'm going to do that first, because I don't know if it's going to force me to do anything here. So let's go ahead and do that. No, not this one. We need to go back into the green room. That's right. I still don't know what the teddy bears are about in this game, and I want to fucking know. Like, they're just randomly scattered all across the game. The other Western sword goes on that. "13 years ago, Anne in." All that talk about taking a trip together, so this was your goal. Trips are necessary for resting your body and mind, you know. And the kids seem to have fun today, too. They're snoozing away now. A good thing for you, isn't it? So, Tamaki, won't you consider it? Drop it, please. Utsuro is my child. But Seiichi's told me how you've been seeing the shadow of your father in Utsuro lately. Seiichi, you told him that. Sorry, but you've looked so frayed lately. He knows the situation, and I just thought I should talk to him about it. Tamaki, the biggest load on your mind, it's art, isn't it? Utsuro is 8. From now on, she's going to be drawing more at school. How about leaving Utsuro with your mother until she's old enough to take this calmly? It'll be fine. If I, her mother, can't protect her, then who will? Then I suppose you're right, Tamaki, but it feels like you'll collapse at this rate. What'll happen to Ayato then? Nobody's perfect. You don't need to carry everything alone, especially considering your burdens are much heavier than most. But still, I still want to hold out. I don't want to break up this family of 4. Tamaki. Shinji, Chika. I'll support Tamaki as much as I can. Let me try just a little longer. Seiichi. If the 2 of you insist, then I won't stop you. But just keep in mind, Tamaki, you've already put in plenty of toil. So at least stop before it does you in. Right. Whose mirror is that? And what was the point of that thing that I had just seen? Though it was unclear, Mashiro looked into the mirror. She could tell it was not her mirror, and yet... That's so weird. I don't know what that was about. Alright, no matter. Let's go ahead and end this bitch. I gotta go and get Yuzu's final thing, so I'll be right back, folks. Alright, folks, let's get this shit going. I guess we just open the door then. So it did open. Now the next path for you to take is clear. You just ended up saving our butts this whole time, huh, Mashiro? Without you, doubt we would have found any mirrors. You have the right to know what I know. In fact, I want you to know. I need to talk to you. I know a thing or two about your parents. I need to tell you some things, too, about who I am, why I'm here, and about Tamaki's daughter. Wait, who's this? Get out. Do not meddle anymore. Give back my world. Run, you two, through the door. Whoa, is it chasing us? We'll talk later. Just run somewhere we can hide. Well, that helped. Sure. I didn't know that there was actual gameplay. So let's try that one again. That works. Listen to Yuzu. Okay, let's get started. Probably the same thing that you said the first time around. Ooh, are we safe here? I don't sense her chasing us anymore. What in the world was that? I'm about to explain that. I know who that is. Say what? I'm Yuzu Hanasaki, middle schooler who committed suicide at 15 at Mirror Lake. The reason I killed myself was, to put it bluntly, to meet a girl I loved. Someone had killed her at Mirror Lake. It made me extremely sad, so I read all these books on black magic and killed her myself to go to the afterlife, or killed myself. It's a different afterlife than what the book meant, but ultimately came to this world, but it seems like there was something to be gained here. That girl, she always said she was someone who shouldn't have existed. I always found it weird and wondered why it was, but I found out now. She was born between a girl and her own father. Between Tamaki Hinohara and Rinzu Usui. Her very birth was taboo. That shadow was Utsuro Hinohara. Even as she is, I can tell clearly, because my wish was to meet Utsuro one more time. That's the Yatu's. But to look the way she does now, I wonder what the story is there. But I can't go away just yet. I need to talk to Utsuro more directly, or my wish won't be considered granted. Give it back. That voice. Let's get moving. We can't have a chat now, so run. Okay. Now I gotta talk to you. No, I don't. This is interesting. It feels like a proper final stage for a game of this type. I don't know what else to say other than that. She's really stubborn, isn't she? If it were me, I'd have thrown in the towel after all that chasing. Alright. Did we outrun her? Seems so. I don't think she's giving chase. I think the goal is close by. I don't know what'll be up ahead, so I just want to get this out. I'm Ryotaro Sengoku, younger brother of Chika Usui, Mishiro's mother and subordinate to her dad, Shinji Usui. Okay. Knew about you a while back from the New Year's card, to be honest, for anything. Blah, 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 being glum and moping as of late, injured middle school, shackled ever since, yep. Boss invited me to your house, to try to help you. It made me a surprise. Imagine good girl moping around, blah. Died before it happened, in a fire. Your father, it even kind of surprised me, partly by will, blah blah blah. Yeah, all the same stuff you were mentioning. Death, at least once. So that was your wish. Thus it has been granted. By following you, I found up in this world. In fact, the moment I came here to wish to free myself the world at any time. So you're going? Well, I've come this far. I'd like to see out your story to the end. Mishiro, the harsh circumstances you've had and the fact that you're dead now, I don't feel like it's irrelevant to me. Yeah, okay, all of that other stuff, so. It's probably late to say now, though. Let's go on ahead. This is a door you're able to open. I'm sure there's something important to you here. I wish to erase my existence, go. So let's save and move out the fuck out of here. Now what's different? All the actors are here. Actors. Whoa. This mirror world revolves around you and a deceased girl. As she created this world, she lost everything, including her memories and her wish. So not knowing her purpose or who she was, she wandered this world and fell apart. That's in the past now, a concluded tale. Unable to achieve its goal, went on existing. Utsuro Hinohara. Yes, she wanders this world even now. Several years later, a girl threw herself into the lake. Amazingly, she had the same wish as the world's creator. So that this world could complete its duty, it chose a new soul to control it. Same wish. Wish in the world sought to grant stayed the same, only the person in the center was replaced. Yep. You still see the broken originator as the rightful ruler. And maybe, broken though she may be, she's personally forgotten in your way at times. You shattered and erased all the remnants of your past, recording all your actions. I can attest to that. So it's absolutely necessary for a total erasure of your life. Because he's simply too significant to you, and without eradicating his soul, could kill him. Alright, so this is all the same stuff. If you kill me, you'll be free from your pain. Conflict land, make a choice. I don't know. What should I do? Overcome a lot of obstacles coming here. I've looked back in my past and erased it, but is it really right to just make it so I never even existed? Boring life, devoid of enjoyment, blah blah blah. Same thing as the opening statement. Mom and Dad gave their best efforts to be clumsy as they were, and I know there's a person who valued me, going so far as to come to this world to encourage me. Can I make all of that something that never happened? And that's not all. Seeing Yuzu and Utsuro, I had a thought. If Utsuro's life had never even existed, what would become of Yuzu's feelings? Desperately turning to black magic, killing herself and wandering this world for years. All to realize her wish to meet her again, what would become of that? I'll make the choice to grant that wish or not. But I want Utsuro to see this out too, because it's her same wish. And this is her world I inherited. If only in pieces, learning about Utsuro from the mirrors has fulfilled the mirror's purpose. Ayato and Yuzu are both here. With these two, I'm sure we can get Utsuro's memory back. Indeed, maybe a little of it. Really? Sister. Memory. Listen, Utsuro Hinohara. You need to remember your birth, your death, and the one who loved you. Mishiro spoke at length of the things she'd seen and heard in this world. Her mother Tamaki, her father Rinzo, the Hinohara family she lived with, Yuzu. She spoke as Utsuro's mirror, all that she knew. I see. I haven't felt this in a long time. Utsuro. Yuzu, you fool. I told you to forget about me if I died. Well, I couldn't. Is it you, sister? It is, Ayato. So even you ended up here. I didn't intend to hand the world over to you. I was even thinking of killing you to forcibly take back control, even more so that I've remembered my wish. I want to erase my mother, my true father, myself. But alas, I've become indebted. It's a fact that if you hadn't been here, my mind would have stayed fragmented forever. Do as you like before I change my mind. My choices. I think the right ending is not to grant your wish, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's the right ending. After doing all of this shit, I'm not gonna click on the wrong option. Dad's secret distress, Mom's painful effort, even Ryotaro's unusual concern for me. I can't just make it all be gone. And that's not all. For every mirror I broke, I'll vanish from the lives of people I knew, and I'll also vanish from Ayato's world. But then what did Ayato die for? What did Tamaki step on the accelerator for? If it were just me, then fine, but to control the feelings of the people around me, I have no right. That's not my wish anymore. Are you really sure about that? Whatever you think, whatever you know, it won't actually change anything. I've read this many times, and I'm going to get into it. Are you still giving up your wish? I am. I see. I, the mirror world, accept abandoning the wish. It's the reason for being ends here. Huh? This world can vanish when the ruler's wish is granted, or they abandon it with clear intent. It won't be left up to the air like with Utsuro. Will everyone here vanish? Except for you, Mishiro. To get straight to the point, you're not dead yet. Your soul has left your body, of course, but your body isn't actually dead. You drowned yourself, but as it happens, a passerby found you. They called it in. We're gonna skip this shit. I've gone through this so many fucking times. Utsuro and Yuzu's been started by the wish I inherited from Utsuro and think it'll honor Yuzu's feelings. Might sound short of trite, but live and sister share. Smile for my sister, that's my dream too. I'll try my best. There are people who value you. There are people who'd be sad about your death. Maybe a bit warped, admittedly, but I'm one of them. The world's not so much of a disappointment, you see. So I've done my best to encourage you. You're really something, you know. You've really picked yourself back up. You went and learned not only your own wish, but mine, Yuzu, and Utsuro's. Only Ryotaro didn't say... Old Ryotaro didn't say much more. Try to get along with Sis when you get back. Right, I'll try to face with her. Thank you, Mishiro. Because of you, I could get my memories and my wish. I learned about Utsuro's birth and death and got to talk with her once more. I'm satisfied now, I really am. Maybe returning to life won't mean happy things all the time, Mishiro, but I'm sure you can get up and walk again, since you've saved so many people. Mishiro, leave incense or something at my grave. I think it'll be like saying hi. Okay, I'll be sure to find your grave. I'd lost from the moment I broke, I suppose. I won't pull any mischief. I can accept this result, though I can't say I'm entirely satisfied. Ayato, who adored me as his sister, and Yuzu, who needed me in her life. I'm glad for the fact that I could talk with the two of them one last time. Yet I'll fade away, still resenting that man Rinzo, that woman Tamaki. Surely I can be forgiven for that? That's true. Sorry for taking over your world. Sheesh. Will Utsuro go to heaven too? Not sure about heaven or hell, but she'll be free from this world to go where she goes. That's good. I say ruler, but more of an usurper, really. You should visit my atelier. It's not complete, of course, but I want you to see the painting you modeled for someday. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Aww. I'm scared about how much I'll forget. After that, I regained consciousness in a hospital bed. Apparently, I really had been saved and my soul returned safely from the mirror world. My mother was there looking at me in a way she hadn't in years. Mishiro, you're awake? Thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. If I had lost you, too. I'm sorry. I drove you to this, didn't I? My mother was shocked by my suicide attempt and apologized for her harsh discipline. My head felt very hazy. I only remembered that she was my mother, who became very strict at some point. It took a lot to just recognize that as real. And as I thought about it, fear and unease toward my mother came up in the gaps of my memory. But it's okay. Ryotaro told me about the pressure on the Usuis and how death had taxed my mother's mind, and that I was able to accept. It was easy to hold my mother's hand. My brain had suffered memory loss, and I could no longer remember many past events. I remembered Ayato was someone important to me, but had no concrete memories, but I distinctly remember talking in the mirror world, comfortable from that alone. I remember Yuzu and Ryotaro too. Mishiro Usui, is it? Hello, I'm Seiichi Hinohara. A few days after I left the hospital, a man came to visit me. His last name sounded familiar. Could you be Ayato's? Yes, thank you for getting along with Ayato. Seiichi Hinohara was Ayato's father, which meant that he was the one who married Tamaki, and he was the father who Utsuro grew up with. I'm not sure if I should be saying this, but I'm really glad you regained consciousness. The driver who sped toward you and Ayato, she's no longer with us. Her body was found at Mirror Lake in a car that went up in flames. I mean Tamaki, his wife. But from Seiichi's perspective, it would be impossible for me to know Tamaki. I felt it would be better to stay silent than to confuse him with unnecessary remarks. She was my wife. We met each other at school. She was a humble, art-loving, somewhat naive woman with a radiant smile. Her final sin came at the end of a long sorrow, but I won't ask you to forgive her. Still, if it's alright, could you visit Ayato's grave sometime? Of course. Not only Ayato, but Utsuro and Tamaki. Now maybe I could offer them prayers. Feels very nostalgic. Oh, look at Ayato's painting. I think I know what we're gonna see. Yep. That's nice. Blank dream. Ayato. It's not a dream anymore. Someone's got to start the slow clap. Damn. Where do I begin with this one? I want to do a whole entire, I want to do a fucking, not a compilation, but I want to do an abridged for this later. And that's where I'm going to put in my full, like, everything for feedback on this game, but goddamn, I had some things that I didn't like so much about the mechanics of the game that I could bitch about for a long fucking time, but to be honest with you, I can't really... I still am not sure if I can actually rip apart the game for it, because it's kind of just an inherent thing with RPG horror games, with RPG Maker games and stuff, to be able to be annoying the way that the mechanics were for the shit I was bitching about. So I don't know. I mean, you guys can argue about that one in the comments if you like, or whatever the fuck else that you think, but I'm speechless right now. I don't very much seem it, but I don't know what to say about that experience. But, damn. That was a very well tied together story. I've always wanted to go to one of her exhibitions. Sure enough, she carries the blood of the mad genius Rinzo Usui. I thought I saw the Rinzo touch too at first, but she's self-taught. It's totally different from Rinzo's art. Huh. I suppose so. How unusual. In her 20s and climbing so high with her own style. She's not just riding off her ancestor. Rinzo was realistic, while she's more impressionist. That's true. I did feel Mirror World was too unusually abstract to be Rinzo's style. Seeing is believing. I can tell the unique mood in her art from a glance. True, true. Now I'm really getting excited to see it. Her most famous masterpiece of all, her... ending one, blank dream. Her fantasy to live in a dream with white canvas. God damn! I spent so much time doing all of that to get all of the endings. You people better fucking appreciate that. So that's it, guys. Blank Dream. There you go. I'm gonna go get a drink, get some food, do shit that I need to do, and I got other stuff to do. I gotta cut a lot of things out of these episodes. I'm probably gonna wind up spending the rest of the night editing. God damn. Alright. Take it easy, guys. Hey guys, sorry if that was a bit of a boring playthrough of Blank Dream. It's one of the first, well, it is the first Let's Play that I have actually done that's legitimate with editing ever since I decided to declare doing exclusively streams, really, on my channel to avoid editing. Just out of laziness more than anything else, because I had time to do this, clearly. But, yeah, sorry if it wasn't the most attention-grabbing thing that I have done. I kind of wanted it to be a more serious Let's Play anyway, to begin with, so I didn't pay attention so much to edits, nor was I really caring
to do something, so I just tried to make up for it by cutting out anything that was unnecessary. So, again, I'm sorry if it was a little bland or tasteless versus my other things for random little funny shit that I cut into it, but, I don't know. I think that it was more fitting than anything else. I'm rambling again, so I'll see you guys later.